Good afternoon from Thailand. My name is Jiro. I'm from CBI Global. A quick introduction about myself. My nickname is Jiro, or you can just call me Jirawat Tangkijngamwong. I myself an entrepreneur and a creator, and also the solution provider. I have a lot of projects going on as a consultant or as an investor. I have the few company related to the cannabis, the CBI Global, Sarah Intermediate, also SBR2 International. I also represent the Researcher Association in this forum. My question is, what people think about cannabis in the old day? When you talk about cannabis, this is pop up in the head, and this. But now, the modern cannabis business is much more complex than before. It's no longer about the plant. It's about, we have broken down the plants into extractions, into bioactives and compounds. And we have learned about their therapeutic qualities with the greater potentials. It's less like this, but it's more like this. If we know what cannabis can help or can do to this world, we know that it's part of the medical transformation. It's also an entertainment industry. It's part of the plantation. It's part of the wellness. Also equipment and supplies, and food and beverage. This is $103 billion in 2024. It's a huge, gigantic business. All of the industry related to the cannabis altogether is about $103 billion US. But surprisingly, this is still in the infantile stage. What does it mean? It means that this message left us with a lot of opportunities. We still have a lot of chance in this business. If you think you are too late to get into the business, it's not too late, because it's still at the very beginning of the next big thing, of the next mega thing. What is the business model? Let me go through this a little bit. Yes. First one is to grow the plants, to grow the tree, to grow the part of the products. That means you can invest in the plantation, or you can invest in the R&D, research and development. Right now, if you want to do the pure research, you don't have to, because a lot of doctors have done the research in full scale. But next, you have to apply how to use it. It's all on the shelf. You have to bring it down to make use of it. The business model that I'm introducing is also the uses of the cannabis. How to put into the proper use and how to sell. I have this picture to show you. Actually, medical part is only the tips of the iceberg. That means underneath the tips of the iceberg, there's a lot of things unexplored yet. Tobacco, beauty, functional food and drink. So what we have to do, we have to explore deeper. It's not just about medical use, but really for other lifestyle. You have to think about it. What else can it be used for? If you have collected the data, online mentions of the CBD in the context of the consumer goods, you realize that people talk about CBD in the food and drink category the most, not the medical. So the food in industry is the most talked about in the online platform. And the country, we talk about the food and drink, the cannabis-infused food trademark registered in each country has shown here in the presentation. For example, in Canada, is 4,124. And many more. What about the cannabis-infused drink? You can see also next to it. What about the cannabis-infused beauty? Yes, a lot more. And the cannabis-infused tobacco. That's so many more. You can see that there are a lot of countries have explored the uses of the cannabis. So that means it's ongoing right now, but it's still not too late. Okay, we have to emerge into the modern day of our routine life. Cannabis has changed a lot. This is a new version of cannabis shops in BC, much more exciting than the old one. Yes, for Thailand. Why Thailand? There's a lot of question. Why Thailand? Yes, Thailand has shown the great potential in the cannabis business. It's a known herb since the old day. That means in Thailand, we have been using these herbs for such a long time until it's banned. Why? Look at the location. Thailand is just above, beyond the equator in the Southeast Asia. The climate, the temperature, humidity, nutrient, water, oxygen, carbon dioxide, radiation, and wind, all supporting the growth of the cannabis. And Thailand has grown some of the best quality cannabis in the world. Unfortunately, it's easy to talk about, but not easy to accomplish. I feel very vulnerable speaking today of the cannabis situation in Thailand. Why? The cannabis climate is one of the gray area. There's a space where the industry has outpaced the regulations. Every operators are at confused mode when dealing with the cannabis issue, especially trying to justify what are the requirements of the FDA and the legal requirement. More importantly, consumers are left to base their decision related to cannabis on the moral or emotional push rather than science. Folks are reluctant to tell the truth about cannabis. It's a ripple effect that will hurt a lot of existing industry. So the gray area are the thin line between the entertainment and the medical purpose. It needs to be clear. The critical drive for the cannabis business for Thailand. If we want to make sure that Thailand are one of the strong players in the cannabis industry, we have to make some changes. So the first one is the legislative clarity. Have to be clear. Second is about the market orientation in Thailand. The third one is about the patent and the trademarks. Let's ask ourselves a simple question. What if Thailand is a cannabis-free country? What could happen? I think cannabis plantation, we could be the cannabis plantation hub in the Southeast Asia. We could be one of the biggest cannabis exporter in the Southeast Asia. Potentially the invented consumer product and innovative product from the cannabis. We could turn ourselves into the medical hub. We could implement the full-scale learning center of the cannabis plantation and research. We use the cannabis products in the hotel tourism industry, for example, like cannabis oil for massage and etc. So therefore, for Thailand, network, knowledge is the key. CBI Global, our company, we provide the solutions for the cannabis business and insight. We develop the knowledge, network, and the opportunity. For knowledge, we develop the course, training courses with the 6 module in place, the basic of the cannabis, the Thailand scenario, international scenario, and the gap mitigation, as well as the insight in planting, extracting, best practice in those of those in the sectors. So we have a lot of customer plantation who have been we working with, so they can actually allow you to visit and see for yourself. Opportunity, we find opportunity from the local and overseas. To match with the members in our business cluster. We try to find the possible business model for you guys. Network, we bring the guru and every cannabis business sectors in the industry to meet with the interested individual or party for networking and strengthening our business cluster from farm to products. What is the business model? We ask ourselves, how can we make money? Yes. We start off with the medical research and development and connect them to more business. We don't end up with the medicine for the cancer. We end up with a lot of products along the way. We try to connect the dots. The people that actually are part of the whole scheme, we try to work together to develop the business model. We solve the problems. We try to solve the problem of the gain and pain and the customers. we try to answer the market demand. As you know that the tips of the iceberg is there. So we need to explore deeper. So we explore deeper. And then we try to scale. At the same time, we have to create the unfair advantage, including the patent, the inside information, the right expert endorsement, a dream team, existing customers. And we can scale the business with the values of the product itself, automated sales channels, and we design the variety of revenue channels. Our partners, we are partnered with the World Gansha Festival and also the Association of the Researcher of Thailand. We also partner with the Can Society, the TV channel related to the cannabis. I didn't talk much about the legality, the regulation in Thailand. I leave it for the discussion later on. In conclusion, I believe that Thailand is a great place with potential to be the cannabis business hub in every aspect. And I believe that there are still room for the progress. It's not going to be so soon, but it's there to come. So that means actually we are changing the law, regulation here and there, and it's en route to be a hub in the world. So interested people need to prepare their own foothold in this sector, networking with the right group of the people, and to be ready at any time. The industry still outpaces the regulation, but soon they catch up. Just make sure you be ready by then. I think this is the end of my chapter 1. If you need more, you can contact me. This is my profile contact on the line. Thank you very much and have a good day.